Hi, Mike the MC, bringing you another self-care video. Still feeling a little under the weather today, but I feel a little well enough to give a video. So in this one, I'm going to actually start covering signs, things to look out for in real life. And so this one is going to cover the 5 signs we helped the narcissist at work, derailing our plans. So how many of us, if you could share in the comments, times where it felt like we were serving someone else's purpose to where we forgot to serve ours, and in the process we just felt like, oh, we're not going anywhere, and we collapse and not move anywhere. And so I'm sure we all have our stories. So the first sign that the narcissist may do at the workplace with regard to my work experience, the lavish gifts. How many times have you seen that happen where you first enter and the lavish gifts start to come into the desk, the invites to events? Wondered, okay, this is kind of nice of that person to take me in, to bring me into their company, to welcome me to an event. Okay, this is awesome. And yeah, there's camaraderie. You meet with your co-workers. But then when you notice that the bosses are there or they're not, depending on which case, then motives start to come into play. When the boss is there, starts to put their foot in the ground at this one event I was at, and you're like, oh my gosh, he's already putting his boundary with me. And I'm like, okay, I thought we were just having fun. And then another time with the gifts, such as another baseball game, where, okay, yeah, we're out and about. They try to win you over with the grace of the gift of just being outside and watching another sports team, and that's fun. But then when you come back to the workplace and then they start using that against you, and that, oh my, I invited you to the game. All right, you owe me this and this now because we got to get this going with the project. I'm like, okay. But if you don't catch that, the use of gifts, that's one to look out for. Second sign you're giving up your plan to serve the narcissist, staying late at work. Several times in all my jobs where I have worked past overtime, past to the point where, okay, if I work harder, I'm going to gain a good reputation. I'm going to gain the idea that, okay, I got more money, I'm a hard worker, they're going to love this. Watch out. Your dedication may be turned against you, in that the dedication now becomes a bit of dependent slavery. I know I'm saying it like that, but the point is, once they rely on you to do some things and they can't let go of you, you have put yourself in a pigeonhole and you cannot get out just because they know that you are the nice worker. You'll take any project, you'll take any job. You'll say, oh, I got time for this in my schedule. I'm going to take care of that right now. All right, take it over, Mike. Let's see what you do. Several times I've come out successful. Other times, not so successful. And those were the ones that led to the burnout. As easy ways for the agency to say, oh, you're not meeting up to our standard. We're going to let you go. Always keep in mind of that workload. We can only handle so much, but if you don't have that boundary with the amount of work projects you have, that could be used against you. A third sign that you are satisfying the narcissist and not fulfilling your plan, self-doubt. How many times have we been in the workplace where that boss gives us the look of like, just a straight face, and you're wondering, oh my, what does that mean? Got you thinking, didn't it? It got you to think, oh, I may be in trouble now. What did I do? Am I on good terms with you? What happened? And the mind games are real. Please don't disregard those mind games. Then if you have a verbal boss, oh my, then brace yourself and have tough skin. Yes, success is you're gonna have to go through many situations in order to be successful, but that means you're gonna have to go against many narcissistic individuals, not just your bosses, but co-workers. Kind of leads to a side 4B, the idea that, okay, or 3B, whichever point I'm at, the co-worker starts to put the lie in other people's cubicles. Oh my goodness. That's a terrible sign where the narcissistic coworker wants to make you look bad in front of everybody else. And you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe he or she would say that. And now everyone's against me. You notice how they walk in the hallway around you and you're like, oh my gosh, what did I get into? What happened in the work area? So just in case, if this is the fourth point, the idea that it's a lie. Working with a coworker that will lie against you for their gain. And you start to doubt your plans, where you want to go in life. You want to be an engineer like I was, and then you face some of the opponents that against you saying, wow, I don't think you're ready for this. I don't think you could do this. What kind of college you went to? And they pull all of the factors about you, looking even into your school records. Watch out for that one. When they start pulling up your personal information, that's a bad sign of a toxic boss on that regard, or anybody. But if they find something to use against you, watch out. All right. The fourth sign, just plain and safe, is ageism. I've had it both. Older and younger narcissists using their power against me to say, oh my, didn't you follow the written word? This is how we want it done. And if you don't follow this, we're going to get mad at you and we're going to call you out. And so when the written word is when you're going up against that, be careful. The written word is a very powerful element of any workplace. Either you fit in with the culture or you don't. And for me, there were several times where I didn't, and I had to just say, okay, I'm going to swallow my pride and get out of here. Because if I keep going and grinding, fitting into this culture of the written word, what they want of their employee, oh my gosh, I'm going to fall into trouble in different ways. Self-care, well-being, I'm just not going to do so well. Okay. The fifth sign that you're derailing your plans for the narcissist. They tell you, oh my, Mike, you're better off just going outside and just being on the street. That's a hard one. That's a hard one. The doubt of who you are. The doubt that you cannot do the job because you are just not, like the fourth point, fulfilling the written word, but that now they're calling you out on your capability. That's a tough one. That's tough when people call you out like that. And I could think of so many times where they say, oh, maybe you're just not in this profession. It's just not for you. So why don't you just get out of here? Save me some time. There's the door. Okay. And so I walk out and I'm like, all right, that's it. So it's good to leave a toxic environment. But when you feel that pain from the agency derailing your plan, that could be some negative energy. And so I'm hoping to post more videos like this of signs, things to watch out for. Now I want to share personal expertise on what to look out for. And so I think keeping it generalized, of course, confidential, just being good, my opinions, that's how I want to go now with other videos moving in this channel. So thank you everyone for listening. Stay strong, don't give up, have tough skin, pull through. Goodbye.